Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Guys, we've got the band back together.
Welcome
Here
back,
we are.
Lisa.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, who's going to get sick first? I'm just kidding.
No one.
Don't
Don't do
you
it.
dare. You got to get through the rest of 2022.
Unfortunately, the odds are high.
Get through the rest of
Season.
2022.
Everyone,
No, because we've all recently been sick. So our immune
except for
systems are
me,
like,
I'm the only person that hasn't gotten sick.
no. Your immune system is crushing it.
Well,
all right?
because I have all of these emergency vitamins protocol.
There you go.
I'm so. No,
It's because you're
I'm
never
really-
stressed.
Yeah. Well, see,
don't
if
know, you're
stress was
killing
a thing,
it.
I would be sick all the time.
You're killing
You sleep
it.
regularly.
Christina, it's the combination of ginger shots, elderberry emergency gummies.
People say
and
elderberry
On Guard.
works, but
It's
I
so
try it just out of
good.
desperation.
Oh,
I should try it. Okay, so
Welcome.
They're so good.
welcome to episode
140.
Does Amy do that now?
where we're going to talk about.
Sometimes we're
trying
gonna
it.
talk about what we were raving and ranting about last episode. I could not wait because I was so excited.
Wait,
because
why were you raving and ranting
we've
about it? I
been
missed this
doing,
thing.
We have to do this one next.
yeah,
Because we're obsessed with it.
because you weren't here last episode.
We were
How did it get
born.
brought up?
Christina said we're gonna do this next, and we were like, yes.
Oh,
or we
oh.
should do this, and we were like, yeah, we're
But
gonna
why
do
are you
that.
talking about it?
I don't know. Well,
Some
no, because
topic led
Christina just
into it.
literally brought it up.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, we should do this. And I was
All
like,
right,
yes. So we've been very excited. This has been a case study we've been doing for how many years? 1.5 million.
I think it's
we
since like
said it.
2007.
Approximately 13.
Wait. Is that the right year? Is Lisa right?
I think it's
I was
about
saying it was
2007.
we
No,
found
it
the
was
right year.
2009.
Oh, okay.
What? I thought it was 8.
I literally.
No, it's 9. It's 9.
It was 9. It was
remember
right
you-
after
we
the party
figured out
exactly
exactly
video
when we
went
got the
up.
book.
Wait,
Yeah.
was it winter or early?
Winter, yeah.
Yes, because I remember
I know
the gray
exact
sky.
time,
Yes.
timeline because
Wait. Don't talk over each other. People in the last episode were like, please, I beg.
I was
Oh,
going
yeah.
to say
Oops.
something, but...
Okay, let's
Okay,
try, let's
I know
try.
the exact time because I remember the guy that I had a crush on when I found the book at Barnes & Noble. So I remember it was right after the Party in the USA video. No. Although he came shortly after that. So that was like that was the era.
I was
Okay,
like, Kat,
okay.
tell me. She was like, no.
I will not speak of this for
Last
you.
episode.
No.
She wouldn't tell
I
me.
won't.
Secret? Did you have a crush
No,
on the president?
What did you do about this person? It wasn't
She's like, it was George Bush.
Actually, no.
Oh, wait, that was a little
How did
too
you
early.
not
It was
know?
Obama.
I was 17.
Obama.
Obama.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Obama.
No, I did not have a secretly crush on Obama.
Okay, let's keep going.
Well, if it was a secret, you wouldn't say.
Okay, moving on. So,
Episode title: Catherine's secret crush on Obama. Someone write it down.
Hey, I like Michelle Obama. I love
She's iconic.
All right.
so highs and lows of the week. Okay, I'll start. This is my highs today because we were born for this podcast.
We were born
You guys
for
don't
it.
know. I thought about this for hours.
We've been prepping you.
I wrote down everything. I've read the book we're going to talk about like 50 times. We're born for this. So this is my high of the week. I'm so excited. Okay, my low. I didn't think about that one.
Wow, that's good.
gosh.
She's walking on air.
You insolent
think of a
child. Just kidding.
My low.
Insolent little child.
Yeah, I don't have anything that good because remember last time I had like
Listen to
a
us.
more heavy one. We were talking about we were both like overwhelmed and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have a lighter
overwhelmed with
low,
remorse.
which is that my low is a light low. Is that I had to throw away chicken, and I hate throwing away food.
Yeah.
No, I hate. You don't understand.
Wait, raw?
Yes, you don't understand.
Oh, it's a bad feeling.
absolutely.
It is a bad
I
feeling.
do too.
It feels like a failure.
I hate wasting food. I will eat every last crumb.
Yeah,
Nick
she
doesn't do
will.
that. I will. do
Yeah,
that.
Chad will just toss. I'm like, whoa.
This is valuable.
Let's see if it's usable.
I have a problem with
Suddenly
that.
I'm like,
That's interesting.
yeah.
I wonder if in most couples there's the more cautious one who's like, just throw this away. And the other one's like, no.
I
keep
just
it.
saw a video where it was like me being very careful with my spending and like budgeting in the she's like in Target like picking something cheap and being like, oh, I can't buy this, and then it's like a video of the Joker like walking down the streets like my husband buying whatever he wants.
And there's always opposites, I feel like.
Yeah.
All right, who's
in many
next?
ways.
Since I haven't been here, it's been a while. My low has been, look, I haven't been diagnosed, okay? But I think I'm crazy. I'm just kidding. I haven't been diagnosed, but I think I've had a dream. I was like, what have I not been diagnosed with? I don't know. Listen, I haven't been diagnosed, but I think I have adrenal fatigue. I had some symptoms like exhaustion after a stressful year of near-death experiences. It makes sense. My body would shut down, but so that was like the month of November. Like, Chad's like, "Are you depressed?" I don't know. You don't really leave the house anymore. I was like, "I am depressed because I can't leave the house. I'm not leaving the house because I'm depressed. Get it?
Yeah.
So yes, I am. But
It's like
not
the
how
chicken
you
or the
think.
egg. It was
Yeah.
like,
I don't hate
it was
you
the chicken.
because you're fat.
Yeah, you're fat.
You're
'cause
fat
I hate
'cause I
you.
hate you. Yeah.
What are you?
Mean Girls. Anyway.
Oh,
So
okay,
my low was that I've been stuck in the house and it was just very, very sad. But luckily, it only lasted like 3-4 weeks.
Ooh, that's
and then
good.
I felt my energy coming back.
Whoa.
So literally the last few...
personality back.
Yeah. No, like the last... You sound like Kylie Jenner when you said that.
Yeah.
That was
That
her
was weird.
point.
That was a really good...
did sound-
impressive.
Thank you.
That's the only time I've
Impersonation.
ever done that.
Good job.
Real.
My high is that my energy's been coming back and I feel a lot better. Not like I can like work out and run around again, but just like, wow, I can stay awake. I
Starting
can
to get there.
Get out there. Like, oh, I feel so happy. I took Lily for a walk like in the rain today just because it was sprinkling and I was like, let's
Wow.
get outside. It's warm. It's not dumping rain. Let's go.
It was really warm. That was
I didn't
good.
put her in the
timing.
stroller, like let her walk around and pick up leaves and stuff.
That's
It was
great.
cute.
That's
But-
fun.
I
Yeah,
love
it was
it.
nice.
Love it.
My low is today because I didn't really sleep last night.
Wow.
What? How could your low be today? I didn't sleep last night. B, my foot is broken. C, I had to walk with my bare foot in the wet rainwater today with
Why?
one shoe on because I drove here because Amy had to leave early to clean out the moldy fridge and I can't drive with a boot on, so I didn't want to put it all on just to walk the car and then take it off. So I walked through the weird rainwater with one shoe on. And then
Why would you not just grab a flip flop?
I don't know. Okay, I can't wear a flip flop. I'm scared of that with my foot. It'll like.
What's the difference of barefoot? Never mind. Keep going.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
And then the Red River
Ah,
Gosh. Lauren.
is starting to run.
Sometime.
Sometime soon. I think right now I
Something
don't know.
wicked this
but
way
I'm
coming.
just
That's a good
like,
Lynn, let me tell you something. I need to defend my character because I would never just leave without her. I arranged
She had to clean the moldy
transportation. I said,
She said what you had to do.
I said, ring, Joey, can you come pick up Lauren?
yeah, I didn't wanna
Joey
do
said,
that.
yeah, man, for sure. Lauren said, no, I can drive myself.
It's like,
I can. It
you
was
don't have
fine.
to what's it?
Defend
justify
my character.
No
I don't
one
think anyone's
ever
mad at
thinks you would
Did
leave
anything wrong.
anyone in
You're
the dust.
I know,
ever.
but I'm just saying I did not.
Lauren's like,
Trust
cease and
me,
desist.
no one thinks
I arranged
Amy's
transport.
Anyway, so that's my low. And I forgot to bring my other shirt for the episode. So I had to wear this sweatshirt, but it's hot. Oh, wait, am I not supposed to say that? I had to wear
it's
the
2
sweatshirt, but it's
episodes,
hot.
okay.
Lauren, we have a bunch of shirts in the closet.
Whatever.
That's what I did. I just
You
stole a shirt
did?
for the closet.
Anyway,
Wait, the one you're
oh, that's
wearing?
my low. My high. My high.
Lauren's like, not many of those.
Lauren's like, I've never
Well,
felt happiness.
My high was last night. I started crying of gratitude. So that was good.
Oh, good for you.
Because
Love a
I
good
was
gratitude
really
cry.
excited and happy.
Love that.
Oh, because
Not anymore. Yeah.
That was a high turn low.
Okay. I feel like mine are
Yikes.
pretty. Well, the thing that jumps to mind first is my low. And it's the fact that I keep having emotional back and hip pain. So I'll be stressed and then my lower back will start seizing and be like,
Dorothy
and
told me
I'll
something
try to
about
walk
that.
and it goes like this and I'm like, oh. And then my hip is having a dull, painful, emotional roar.
I think she said emotional stress is more in your hips, and then something like work stress is more in your shoulders.
I saw this
me.
TikTok and she's like, if you have this pain in your lower back, you're probably blah, blah, and worried about money. I was like, stop knowing.
Don't worried about money. Isn't
And they're
everyone
like,
worried
everyone
about
stores your trauma stored in your hips, blah, blah, blah. I have to say no to, and somebody,
That's
I got it.
interesting.
So wait, I wonder what that says about me.
and I
that
know
my
it's not like
neck
something
and
is pulled or
shoulders
anything.
is always tense.
Me
I think it just means that you're
too.
going like this.
Well, you're also
I'm
carrying
always, like,
Kevin,
relaxing.
you're carrying 2 babies all the time.
But I feel like that's more
that
in my
affects your back a lot.
But I feel it in my
this.
shoulders.
I think
it's a
you're just
tensing
tensing
thing all
up.
the time.
Yeah.
I do tend
Dad
to
does
You have
that
to,
too.
like,
He always
relax.
tells me to relax my shoulder.
But yeah, my high was that I went to my friend's house last night and we watched a movie, which was a really horrible movie, and I
Did you watch
hated
a
it.
Christmas movie?
Yes, we did.
Yay.
And it was horrible.
Why was it horrible?
Because it was so dumb. I'll go over it later at another time. Yeah, I don't know. It was horrible. And that was it. We ate what is it? Charcuterie, whoever.
Listen, people from France sent me voice memos. It's charcuterie.
Love it.
Oh.
I'm not gonna
Listen,
say that.
you
it's not
should learn
charcuterie or
French.
charcuterie. It's,
You should learn French.
Charcuterie.
You'd be good at it.
I
But the ooh is ooh, not ew.
Yeah, it's not charcuterie, which I think I said before.
I think everyone says charcuterie.
What?
It's
I don't say
charcuterie. No,
that.
I hear charcuterie, but it's charcuterie.
It's like how, yeah. So, yeah, that's all I
How
gotta say.
polished. Everyone went?
Nope. I shouldn't even notice I didn't go.
I thought Kat said she
This
didn't
really-
sleep, and then she said, but you said that to us.
This really
before.
plays into the birth order of the forgotten middle child.
That's not even in what we're gonna say today.
No, I
Kat,
know.
there's so
I'm
many
saying
of us.
that's a
We've been talking for
stereotype.
so long that
I
you don't know
know,
who
I
That is a
went.
stereotype that I would call wrong.
So anyway, my low
forgotten middle child?
was
I would call it right.
It was right. Who was
Definitely
left
right.
at home as a child?
Alex.
Come on. And was it you?
no, that was the quiet child.
and
He's
Alex.
the middle, dead center.
Okay,
Yeah, Alex is the
Yeah.
exact middle of our
We're
family.
all
so-
the middle. Okay, good.
No, we're
Alright,
not.
All right,
Kat, you
okay,
go.
Okay,
Oh, I forgot
so thank you. My low was when one of my children stayed awake for 3 hours in the middle of the
Anonymous.
night for no known
Wait,
reason.
it's not when he vomited
Anonymous
on you?
child.
Content as a clam. And then the next morning, my other son vomited on me very, very vigorously. I was just sitting there, like, covered in vomit, like, this is really fun.
That was graphic.
I mean, it was just milk.
Cass,
Okay, all right. We don't need to picture it.
motherhood.
Literally, I woke up and I was like half of a person. I was like, so I didn't sleep. And then my other son was like, bah! So anyway, it was a joyful motherhood moment. So yeah, that was my low. And then my high was, I had a really good high this week. My husband and I went on a Christmas date. It was so fun.
What did you do?
We do this. We have like a
That's
tradition. I
fun.
feel like we started this when we were dating. We go to this really cute downtown area where there's tons of like lights and decorations. We get hot chocolate and we just walk around, look at all the lights.
Where'd you
I
get hot
love it.
chocolate?
We got it from
Like a random place?
Oh, we were gonna go to Frothy Monkey. We went to Starbucks because it was closer.
I see, I see.
But we had a gift card, so that was nice.
Love gift card.
So I got peppermint hot chocolate, and then we went to this little chapel and we prayed at the end.
Sounds fun.
It was a good little
Kat,
date.
you need to do that more. You
Yeah,
guys
I
never
know.
do date
we
nights,
never
but
do
you need
dates.
it.
We've been trying to ball on a budget, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not an expensive date. Oh,
No,
have
I
to
know,
get a
but I'm saying
babysitter.
it's a babysitter. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the big cost.
That's
and then if you want to eat, then you gotta. It adds
You
up.
really
quick.
got a big night.
No, find a couple where you're like, hey, I'll watch your kids if you watch my kids. Just trade off.
Oh, I love that.
Free child.
Actually, that's a great idea.
Yeah, don't you have neighbors you could do that with?
Actually, yeah. I
Though
do.
they have twins, you have twins.
I
That's
do.
fine.
You can just twin swap.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a great idea.
That's your. Oh wait, did you say your
That was your
low?
high, Chris.
Yeah,
That was my
okay.
high.
All of a sudden, puked
Let's
on her.
go to the next thing. So we're gonna give our 5 perspectives.
You can't be the 5th perspective because Lisa's here. But you can comment and be the
sixth
6th perspective.
All right, everyone.
Who, the viewers or
Yeah, the
Ariel?
viewers.
Ariel's like, oh,
I mean, you can tell us your pop.
All right, everyone. What's your Christmas decorations aesthetic?
Oh.
Okay.
Did you think of this?
Here's no, I
Lauren
did.
did.
Here's the thing. My dream aesthetic is not the same as my real one that I have. Unfortunately, my dream aesthetic right now is like classic Christmas. Actually, like colorful, multicolored lights, more like
90s?
chaotic. Yes, with like the little like
Interesting.
tinsel things and those cool
I would
lights
not guess that.
mom got last year.
Oh
those
my
like
gosh!
no,
class-
like
oh, wait,
vintage
yours is
though, like
vintage
50s.
Christmas. Yes.
Yeah,
Did you say tinsel?
yeah, like the 50s Christmas.
Vintage
Because
Christmas.
you weren't alive to have real
That-
tinsel.
Is
had
You
it.
don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Wait, Laura, is
Where
this?
it's like
Wait, Laura, is this kind of like the
Oh, is it,
house
you know, like the
we
street-
shot
the things that, like, street-
cars and parking lots?
yes.
Yes!
That was
oh, I
so
love their house.
Kinda like
It's kind of like
That's my
kitschy.
dream. Yes,
I feel like that's her
and I
vibe.
really was not into that for
It's
a while.
making a comeback
but
right now.
and look, let me tell you, okay, if you think I'm just jumping on the bandwagon, no, I thought of
No.
this last year before all of you were on it. Okay.
I think that mine.
It's like everyone's watching, no one's on it.
I think I'm the same as Lauren. I'm not really the whole like only bronze gold tone thing.
Oh, no.
I do like the color, but not, no offense, if it has purple in it. The multicolored light strings with purple, it just ruins the flow for me. I can't have it.
Okay.
I think mine's really simple. It's just like traditional, and then an emphasis on gold. I love gold. I just think it really is the season. An emphasis on really good scented candles, and then an emphasis on like the religious aspect of Christmas. So I have like my nativity scene, and I have my little Jesus, Mary, Joseph like figurine. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I don't have a ton of decorations.
Yeah, mine is I don't like. Okay, at this point in my life, I do not like decorating. Nick just gets his stuff out. I just
was
don't
there
decorate.
the other night when
But
Nick
you
decorated.
like it being decorated, right?
No,
They
I
have
don't
full
care.
Christmas trees.
But
guys.
listen, I used to be the one in our house who would,
out the
as
holly?
kids, I would bring it all out and I would
Deck
head
the
it up.
halls.
Yeah.
I would deck the halls.
What happened to
you?
the Christmas
I
spirit?
think when
You
Barrett,
don't have minions?
I was bucked off a horse nose, never
no,
the
I
same.
think when Barrett gets a little older and he's like, "Let's decorate," then I'll be like, "Okay."
Yeah. What if he doesn't ask you to decorate? Because
He's going to.
not-
He's like,
used
Christmas
to it
trees,
not.
Christmas trees. He just
Yesterday he goes, Daddy got Christmas tree. Because Nick put up the
that's
trees.
sweet.
So
All right.
later, another time. I guess
I think
it's
saving
probably
your
like
energy.
farmhousey.
Do you think it's because
I
not
could
too
see
many
that.
colors.
do you think it's because
Yeah,
you don't
like
have
metal
minions?
stuff. Ooh, yeah,
Metals, black, white,
Natural
red,
tones.
Like
silver, gold,
checkers,
maybe,
maybe?
and
Wood.
greenery.
Do you think
I
it's
like lots of
because
greenery.
you don't have minions anymore and that's why?
Yeah, it's too much for me to do.
Because we were like, she had a lot of minions
I'd
to
be like,
decorate.
you go do those, you go do those. You
but
go do
now
those.
she'd have to order herself
Too much
around.
work. All right, what about you?
Mine,
Plain.
the words that come, the words that come to mind are fun,
Ooh,
Yes,
yeah.
yours is fun.
colorful. I like
Yours
to.
is like animated Christmas too.
Yeah,
love that.
it's very like Disney-ish.
Yeah.
There's like the front tree in our house. We have three trees. What there's like, well, that should be a giveaway right there. It's like mostly Disney, and then other like fun ornaments, like objects. It's very like themed, like movie kid themed. And then I have my pink tree that's literally just all pink and silver. And then I have my back porch tree that's Christmas at the beach.
my gosh.
Yes.
It's a green tinsel tree. It
wait,
has-
you have a back
It has like
porch
Santa
tree?
on a surfboard.
I gotta
and
see.
like
We-
a seahorse ornament.
We were back there and I was like, oh,
cute.
Nick, this is Lisa's beach oasis back
Thank
here.
you.
It's like her island getaway.
Yes.
And we're telling him that and he was like, what?
And I was like, well, I have to fit this in because I'm not going to redecorate my back porch to be wintry. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh my
pineapples
goodness.
and
beach.
yeah,
cool.
so just
It's
instead of the
cool.
It was so cute when Barry was at your house yesterday and he
so
the
sweet.
cat ran upstairs and he started yelling up the stairs. Cat!
That was cute. But yeah, I have a lot of like pink and like other
love
colors,
it.
but I
Ooh.
try to keep certain
like
areas
it.
just red and green. Oh, and this year I added a lot of gingerbread sugar theme where I have like
I love it.
I have
Oh,
a
that's
cupcake
cute.
snow globe. I have a gingerbread cat family. I have Santa with an apron and then a sign that's like, but first hot chocolate. You know,
Oh, I
like,
love it.
my
confectionery.
I feel like you also have an
cute.
emphasis on like Arctic, like
Yes.
snow.
Yeah, I wanted
Love
to feel
it.
like the fun, colorful North Pole. That's
Love
my
it.
vibe.
I love it.
All right, people. So we're going to jump into
The video.
the main
I'm
topic.
so excited.
And before we get into the best topic ever, I have to tell you, if
Best
you want to
topic
see, we're going to do 2 episodes on this, okay? The next one is going to be specifically on dating, romantic relationships, and
Like
whatnot.
pairings.
And trust me, you're going to
Yeah.
want to. We have so much.
Got a lot
to
of
say.
info.
We all have like experiences with like different birth orders that we're going to share
And
that I think are
friendships
pretty
and-
interesting.
yeah.
Pretty intriguing, okay? But you're going to want to see that one. But if you want to get every episode of this podcast, you're going to have to join our Patreon. It's $5 a month to see all the episodes. You can see all the past ones as well. It's linked in the description, patreon.com/Cimorelli. You get all the episodes, plus you get Q&As from us. You get, like, if you get a certain tier, I think it's like $10 a month, you get a live stream with us.
Every
There's
month.
even better tiers where you get like a birthday video from us. There's all sorts of stuff. And
Exclusive
there's bonus
merch.
exclusive merch, bonus
Love to hear it.
content. There's lots of stuff on our Patreon. If you're a big fan of the podcast, you should definitely check it out. But yeah, if you want to see the next episode, only half it's going to be on YouTube, and trust me, you're going to want to see it. So
I was just thinking we should do a Cimorelli podcast tee. We had one a long time ago. We should bring that back.
yeah.
Let us know if you guys would like
Oh, I
that.
thought you meant like tea leaves.
I
Like,
did
we
too.
should.
That would be so cool. But no, a
should.
t-shirt.
Someone gave me
tea.
Bridgerton tea for my birthday. I was like, what?
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
Carry
so
on.
guys, let me give our intro. So listen, when you think birth order psychology, you think, oh, oldest, middle, youngest. Wrong. That's not what we're doing.
Well, when you think it, you may not think of anything.
What
What is that?
Okay,
Such a niche topic that we love.
we're not going to tell you all firstborns are this, all middle children. No. This is
deep.
We're going to tell
We're
you.
getting detailed.
We are going to touch every single person. We're going to touch on your exact birth order. Exactly if you have older brothers, younger sisters, if you have only sisters, if you have no siblings, whatever it is, we are touching on your exact exact.
Did
birth
you
order.
forget the other detail of also, in addition to your birth order,
Your parents?
what is your mom's birth
Yes.
order?
What is
I
your
have it written
dad?
down.
Oh
Or
my
your dad,
gosh.
We're gonna
it
tell
adds
you.
so many elements.
So many
Basically,
layers.
it's a rabbit hole.
We're gonna tell you. Okay, so this is a book called The Birth Order
Wait, can
Book
I
of Love.
can I just give a quick story because I feel like I
Yes,
can paint
yes,
the picture
yes,
here.
yes.
Okay, so picture me. I'm 17 years old. I had a crush on this guy. We would always go to Barnes and Noble after school. The three of us went to college together. We'd go to Barnes and Noble, peruse the psychology section, and read. Found this book called The Birth Order Book of Love by author. I think it's William Kane. Yes. And I was like, "Ooh, what is this?" And he was talking about how the siblings that you have affect your personality, which I thought was really interesting. First off. And it can affect who you're attracted to and who you might connect with in romantic relationships.
And
And
you might
friendships.
clash
So of course I had to look at myself, and then I had to look up the guy that I was currently talking
Of
to.
course.
And was it a match?
What
Well,
siblings
we'll
does
get into
Obama
that
have?
because I'm a middle child. It's extremely
I
confusing.
think Obama's an only child.
Are you? They're screaming because my husband is an only child. Okay, it was not Obama.
If it was, she wouldn't tell us.
But it's a
Oh my
match.
gosh!
Okay.
No disrespect to Michelle, the queen. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
That's it.
So I was
Okay.
painting the picture of the background of how this topic came to be.
So us in a family of 11, when we see that firstborn, middleborn, lastborn, we're all like, well, that sucks for us because all of us are the middle. We all have the same personality, really?
Nope.
There's all of us are in the middle. None of us is the oldest or the youngest here, okay? We only have one oldest, one youngest, and there are brothers, okay?
9 middle children.
So I was
Oh, that's weird.
I was intrigued by this. I was like, what is this going to
What could it
say?
be?
It's
What could
actually
it
going to
mean?
tell me something more than the forgotten middle child. Oh yeah, that's totally me. It's not me, okay? So,
Oh, whoa, you're a middle child.
yes, I'm a middle child.
There's truly so many
why.
factors.
You're an older child, but technically, yeah.
I'm just praying
There's no
right now that we
older.
can explain this right because this is like a very
I think we can.
complex.
We can.
I'm like, my mind.
Let's just jump in.
Listen, so there are a few factors.
Would you say this mainly came from that book, or are there other things too?
Wait, no. I'm gonna explain all this.
Just let her go.
So listen, this is a lot from the book, and then we have years and years of theories that we have unpacked.
Anecdotal
we have
studies?
studied, guys. We have been insane. We've asked just about every single person we have ever met since reading that book, and I mean every single
We have a
person.
large
all of
sample
us.
size.
Listen, we've all asked
Listen,
the people.
I don't ask, but I listen, and eventually it comes up, and then I go, oh, that's what
She
you
figures
are.
it out.
It literally comes up over time.
And then we all like discuss it. Like, oh, I noticed this about this one. Oh, I noticed that too about this other person, that birth order. And then we develop different theories. Okay. So lots of interesting stuff going on here. So I'm going to just do a really short part of that's debunking thing. If you search like birth order psychology debunked, then you'll see like some random articles. Not going to get to it. It's just whatever. They're like, oh, it's studies say it doesn't affect the the big five
big
personality
five,
traits, which is like agreeableness, blah, 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 a bunch of stuff. Whatever. We're not really exactly talking about that. Some of those are included in some of these, but also I would say I disagree with those, but that's not what we're going into. So that study doesn't really debunk what we're saying. Just saying.
Well, I believe birth order psychology is like an aspect of your personality. It's not your whole personality. It just explains part of you.
And we've seen that it seems to explain some interesting things. So here are the factors.
And then if it doesn't explain it, then you're like, oh, this is why you're actually this because of this. Blah, 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 blah.
It makes sense. So listen, here's some factors that are going to affect it. So your parents' birth order, we'll get into that later, that affects your personality. The age gap between you and your siblings. So if you have, we'll get into that later as well. If you have a brother who's 5 years older, it's different than you have a brother who's 18 months older.
Or 10 years older.
Then it's really different. How many siblings you have that are, like if you have 3 younger sisters, that's a little different than having 1 younger sister. If you have 5 younger sisters, a little different than 1. And then the subsets of like little like, groups in your family is another
have
thing.
enough
If you have
siblings
enough siblings
for
to have
groups.
groups, which most of you don't.
Yeah.
But if you do,
A lot.
you'll see that's what happened to our family. You'll see what I'm saying. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the entire list and we're going to talk more about like ourselves specifically when we get to middle, because then we're going to talk about both.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you traits from the book and traits that we have noticed. And we're not going to talk about dating, even though it's going to be really hard not to, because that's going to go in the next one, or else this is going to be 5 hours
Oh,
long.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we
so
don't
don't
talk about that.
talk about dating. Okay, ready?
Don't do it.
First one, older. Oh, and when this says older brother of brothers, plural, it counts for one brother as well. They were just all in plural for some reason in the book, so we all say
Because it sounds better.
It's older
You
brother
say
of brother.
Older brothers of brothers.
So first one is a boy with a younger brother. Now, I should say the age gap thing first because
Yeah, I was just thinking
so
that.
if your sibling, any of your siblings out there are within
I think it's 5.
I thought it was 7.
thought it
5
was
to 7, I guess, years, kind of depends. They have an effect on your personality, according to this. If they're not, they don't really have an effect on your personality. So if you're like my mom, her siblings are like 7,
7
8,
and 8
more.
years younger.
So she is actually a functional only child. She grew up for 7 years as the only child, and that kind of cemented that in her personality.
I'm almost positive it's the first 5 years that's the most like impactful. So if they're 5 or more, you're technically like more of an only child.
Yeah,
or 6 or more.
And our mom totally fits that. She does not act like an older sister of
No.
sisters at all, because her
She
sister is
definitely
next.
gives only child.
Does not act
She
like that.
loves to have her way.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So take that into account.
Not that she's not generous, but she also just loves to have her way.
It's different.
It's an only child thing.
Okay. So first we're going to talk about older brother of brothers. And we're just going to try to say a few traits and move on, because we could
Yes.
talk about each one for an hour, and I'm not exaggerating. Okay, so older brother brothers, guys who have younger brothers tend to be
A little more like aggressive.
Dominant.
Bossy.
Bossy.
They can be condescending.
Kath has a vengeance. I love it.
And Kevin,
No, I
guys,
don't.
keep in mind the softer ones you've met.
Yeah.
and there's the other
okay,
side
yeah.
to
So
them.
there's good and bad sides to each. The good side of the older brother of a brother is they have this like
Guardian
maybe they say
angel.
guardian angel, protective, kind of like wants to like help and guide people.
Like they're used to sending their little brother out to do their bidding.
And they tend to be a little more cautious because their little brother is usually the more fearless one, and they're
Because
kind of
they
in the
make them
background
test it out first.
directing, kind of sensing for danger, but not necessarily like in the mud.
They
They might be in the mud, but they're like, I don't want to do
because they
quite
can
the
make him do
dangers.
it.
They have
Yes.
more self-preservation
Yes.
than like the younger one they're like, you go jump into the lake and I'll watch and
Yeah.
see how it goes or whatever.
They can make him do it.
In my experience, they can take more of a roast than other men.
That
They really
like,
can
is
take
that
a roast.
True, because they love to
Not
roast.
like
Interesting.
not like in a mean way, but like you can razz them a
'cause Lisa-
little.
I've seen Lisa do this.
You can razz them. And they're like, oh,
and they think it's funny.
because I assume that their little brothers had to fight back with words instead of
yeah.
force.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then they're used to them fighting back with their words, and it's like,
Yeah,
ha,
that's
ha.
true. They were more like physical, like I'm
Yeah.
bigger than you, so you need
Yeah.
to listen to me.
And then you kind of poke, and they're like, ha,
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. I think I read in the book too. It's like interacting with a younger sibling who's the same gender as you makes you feel like, oh yeah, I'm bigger and stronger than you, blah, 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 and you kind of feel like the whole world is that way. Whereas having someone who's a different gender younger than you is like, oh wait, you have to understand them more, and it's different. But you kind of have this thing of like one size fits all a little bit sometimes. Not everyone.
They describe it as the king. He's
Yeah.
the king. He's got his younger brother or brothers, and he's like the king of that. His brother looks up to him, and he's like, wow. And that's different from the younger brothers we'll get into, because he doesn't have that same
And
experience.
he was the doted on only child for 1 or 2, 3 years, whatever, before his little brother was born. So he's like, oh, the world loves me.
We would add on that oftentimes that firstborn can be a princess.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're used
our
to
older
getting
brother.
their way.
But it's-
But
It's
he's not an older brother
usually-
of brothers.
But no, the older sibling.
Oh,
The
just in
oldest
general.
can
First
be a
I
little
think
princess.
it's if it's
Yeah.
never mind.
We did call our brother Princess Michael. Because he was
kind
very
of
much
is.
like, I want this. Blah,
Now,
blah, blah.
I know
was
it's
like,
not, all these are not 100% always the case, but I would say
Yes.
a lot of times you're going to see this.
It's a stereotype that may be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
next
so many
one.
factors. But
older brother of sisters. And this is what I'm raising right now in Barrett. So I'm actually getting to see like what the
Oh,
book
how
is
they're
saying.
made.
so this is a boy with a younger sister.
So the reason why this happens is,
Or
and I'm already
multiple younger
seeing it right now. I'm like, Barrett, be gentle with your little sister. Be very gentle with her, and he comes in. He's like, hi. He goes, "Are sweet. Hi, sweet. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute." And she's crying the other day. And he went, Barrett's right here. Barrett's right here. He copies what we do. And he does it to her.
So sweet.
And that's not
so
the case.
cute.
If she was older than him, he wouldn't be doing that. He'd be the baby. But he does this to
And
her.
I think that goes with the older brothers too. It's just that
With the
sweet,
little boy,
like
yeah.
caring. Oh, be gentle with your little sibling. Like they
Yeah.
have that caring, protective side.
So without going too much into dating, because that's actually the majority of the older brother sisters thing,
Yeah.
I feel like, is their life revolves around girls.
They really just grow up like
friendships too.
understanding girls better
Yeah.
because they're like watching it in that
They
way.
understand them like too
Our
well.
brother Michael has
wild.
6 younger sisters.
But 4
And
right
he
in a
grew
row
up-
under him.
Wait, oh yeah, 4.
Right in a row.
He grew up
Older than
hanging out
Alex,
with
yeah.
us 3 a lot.
I know.
And I
Yeah.
feel like watching his friend group, it was like all either boys he could boss around, like who had older siblings that were like opposite him, and then also it was like boys who were also girl crazy. They were like the girl crazy gang, and also like other boys with little sisters who were like younger than him, where
Yeah.
he could still boss them around.
Yeah.
But then it was like they all had the same thing. Like it
Yeah.
was very interesting.
And older, okay, we'll get to this in dating more, but yeah, they have this like look in their eye where they like look into your soul.
they're tuned
I
in.
remember
do.
from the book,
They're
it
easy
used
to
the
spot.
term,
Yeah.
they're like a therapist.
Yeah.
So they will like listen really,
my
really
gosh.
well to
Oh, yeah,
their
they listen
girl
well.
because they had a younger sister. They understand women better
A
generally.
lot of times they love a broken bird. Oh, I can help her, whatever. You know, they go for the one. Like you're like, okay, never mind. This is dating.
Okay.
It's so hard not to. They're good listeners, and also I feel like they have that just firstborn thing: responsible, conscientious, like
Leader.
like a
Qualities.
trustworthy type of guy. I don't
And
know.
to me, you may not see it all the time, but sometimes they can also be a know-it-all.
yes.
And
Condescending.
it's like, oh my
Bossy.
gosh, because they got this suave, debonair. and that's
They're
all you
usually really
see, but
naturally
no.
charming.
It's also it can be annoying. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm not your baby. I can make decisions for myself, sir.
That reminds me of mentioning. So if you think about why that is with any older sibling like that, it's because their younger sibling is not as strong as them and not as smart as them for a while because it's like their sibling
just
can't
a
even
little
talk.
behind in their age.
They can talk, they can't. They can run and jump, they can't. They can play basketball, they can't. So it's kind of like, oh, I can do more stuff than you.
It kind of gives them like a confidence, like a swagger.
But then it changes later. But that, if you think about that,
as they catch up, it
in
changes.
those formative years, that's like what they're
I
experiencing.
do feel like oldest a lot of times have a little bit more confidence. Like they'll make decisions a little bit more like confidently and boldly. Like, I know what I'm doing is right.
I'd say assertiveness.
Yeah, they have an
Whereas
assertiveness
the younger
to
sibling,
them.
I feel like is a lot of times more like, oh, did I do the right thing? I don't know. Like more questioning themselves.
Okay, let's go
They're
to the
used to being
next
told
one.
what to do.
Let's go to a great one. The older sister of sisters.
The queen.
Okay.
They
Who could that
say
be?
the book says the queen of the Amazon. That's what he says.
Yeah, this is
I
like
would
the queen of the
say
house.
we kind
And,
of all
okay.
have older sister of sisters in different ways, except for me. I don't really have that, but
But
all
when we
of
get
us
to
kind of do.
when
All
we
of
get
you
to middle
guys do.
kids, we'll talk more about that for us.
Yeah,
It's
how that
pretty
works.
interesting.
Okay.
It's pretty intriguing.
In my eyes, the older sister of sisters is not far off from the older brother of brothers. It's
Honestly,
like the female
they're very
counterpart.
similar.
Yeah.
Is that right? Counterpart?
Yes.
Yeah.
Older
They're very
sister
similar.
sisters carry the nation on their back.
They're very responsible. In general,
Look, I would say there's like the most TikToks about
older sisters.
Yeah,
I feel like they're also with their like in friendships with other girls. They're very like kind of not motherly. Like it's like nurturing.
They're like can be the mom
almost more like
friend.
be
the
the
dad
mom of the
sometime,
group.
though.
Yeah, they're kind of the dad friend in a way.
They can be a little harsh sometimes.
They're gonna
'cause-
call
yeah.
you out.
Because
Yeah.
we're not necessarily the most nurturing as far as being like.
Oh
not,
my gosh.
Not all of them are like. Oh,
I have an example. My
Like
best
babying?
friend growing up had one little sister, so this was all she knew. She was very firstborn, older sisters, whatever. And this boy that I was so obsessed with got like beat up and was in the hospital. And it's like, it was real. It was a real thing. He like couldn't call me because he got beat up. And I was like, I was 17. I was like, oh my gosh, I just realized like he stood me up last night because he was in the hospital, or whatever. He didn't stand me up. And she's like, oh my gosh, don't tell me you're gonna fall for that crap. I was like, it's real. He's in the hospital. And she was like, oh, sob story. Like no heart for this. It was like just
And also,
cut it
kick
off.
to the curb.
I feel like
Ruthless.
there's this difference gender wise. I don't know why in parenting for some reason that I've sussed out of like oldest girls are relied on so much more to do
Yeah.
Oldest
everything.
boys.
Then oldest boys are
I
more
can say
coddled.
yes, that's true.
They're more coddled and they're like they have more of the princess vibe, whereas the older sister does not have
It's
that.
a societal
true.
thing.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
women
so-
versus
Yeah,
men.
and I feel like the older sister, it just to the outside, it's like everyone's like, "Ooh, she's got it all together." She's very like put together. She's on
like,
top
they'll never
of it.
see me sweat.
She's
Exactly.
Yeah, but then she's like,
I gotta be
Carrying
strong.
this nation.
honestly, I think of the sister from Encanto, how she's like surface pressure, and she's like,
Yes.
oh, I'm carrying
Oh,
this
that
family
is
on
a-
my back.
That is a
Like on the inside, she feels
That's
so
a
much
perfect
pressure,
song.
but she's like, I gotta keep it together. I gotta keep the
I'm a
family
strong
together.
one, you know.
I think there's
Yeah,
anything
I'm a
else.
strong one.
Oftentimes, if she's just an older sister of younger sisters, doesn't have any brothers, she will oftentimes have a really hard time understanding men.
But they like to have guy friends.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Bro
Yes.
down.
That's
Also,
true.
they tend to get along supposedly better with like they do really well with like male authority figures because they're used to being with their dad a lot more.
because the mom
connect
has
with
a
them.
second daughter, and then it's like, oh, I have to take care of the baby now. Go play with daddy. Where it's more like,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that was a thing.
that it said in the book, the older sister often connects with the dad and often is great with older authority figures, sometimes even marrying an older man, it was saying.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
Intriguing. Okay, older sister of brothers.
The Earth Goddess.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like Amy is the most of this one. Like
I
out
really
of us,
am.
Well, I'm saying
When we get to them,
she
we'll
well,
talk.
in terms
brother
of like
right
the
there.
literal
I
like
know.
timing of Alex being born.
Yeah,
after
I
her.
have a huge older sister brother.
And Danny.
Okay,
and so
the
does
interesting
Danny.
thing about this one was that it was saying people who often like will pick a fuzz off or a hair off of
your
you
tag's inside
often have a younger brother, and I
Yeah.
have found this to be true. Like someone will do it to me, and I'll ask the birth order, and they'll have a younger brother.
They like the older sister brothers, like they grow up with this little bear cub. They're like showering it with love
like, oh,
and
be careful with your little
attention.
brother.
Let me dress him up. You know,
I just
like-
thought of a detail. With the siblings the same gender as you, there's like more competition.
Yeah.
And then when it's opposite, it's like, oh, I'm older than you, but we're in different lanes. So it's like, oh, I'll take
There's
care of you.
there's
we both
not
have
like
room.
the comparison.
That's true.
Yeah, so the older sister brothers is nurturing, motherly.
Motherly.
Don't they call her like the Earth goddess?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
said
Earth
that.
Goddess.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, they're very much
Nurturing,
like, I will do
motherly.
these things. I will nurture my bear cub.
Another thing, we should have given celebrity examples. Because
Oh, I
remember, they
know.
have that? Like Rihanna, I think, she's an older sister of brothers.
She gives that
So
vibe.
if you have little brothers, you're just like Rihanna.
love it.
Oh,
she has
this
two
is-
little brothers.
This is a random one. I don't know if this is just my own observation, but I've noticed a lot of my friends who have younger brothers kind of treat men like they're incapable of doing
child?
anything. Yes. They're kind of like, oh, you child.
It said they baby men a lot.
Yeah.
Because they're used to it.
Yeah.
And they kind of like they tease them in a very like kind of not degrading. It's like
I would never.
Could be
they
degrading.
tease them into like, oh, good try.
Like what's the word?
Patronizing?
Patronizing.
Yeah.
Because their only
Sometimes.
thing is like their relation to a man is like smaller,
baby.
younger than me. I take care of them. They're my
Even when
little
they get
baby.
older and bigger, they're still like less
they're
wise.
still my little child.
I have noticed that for me personally, I tend to not really get along with straight up. So Amy's not a straight up one. We're just gonna get to that. Just where they're the firstborn. Firstborn older sister brothers. It's not that I don't get along with any of them, but when we all have analyzed our friends and seen like some patterns here and
Yeah.
there, and I tend to not super click with them. A lot of them.
It's just a
There have been
totally
lot.
different vibe.
You're both too dominant.
They are very
different
dominant.
They
ways.
are dominant, yes.
In different ways, because we didn't say this about older sister of sisters. Older sister of sisters often flock together, and I love older sister of sisters.
I love a good
Because you're
sister
used to a female hierarchy.
I feel like we're like the
You're
same.
like we're all the
We get
PTA
it.
together.
You're like, we're carrying the world on our shoulders together.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
I
Okay.
feel like also something deep down with the older sister of brothers is that she secretly wants the man to like. Maybe this is more of a dating
Step
thing.
up?
She wants him to be
Oh, yes,
really
we will get
competent
into
because
that.
she's so usually very competent
Tired
and
of
very
being in
like
the world.
oh I have this thing in the back of my car with all these like band-aids and like she's very prepared, I feel like.
Yeah,
and she secretly wants a
oftentimes.
man that's more prepared than she is,
Yeah, I
but
can see
usually
that.
she
So
goes
she can
for
relax.
a babyish one who's just
Okay.
not going
if
to
you're
do
an older
that.
sister of sisters, your celebrity counterpart is Jessica Simpson.
Oh, cute.
I'm trying to think.
Oh
of
yeah,
something
look
really
how
good.
celebrities.
I think
with
Brad
that
Pitt
stuff.
is an older brother.
Yes.
Oh,
I
can
see
that.
You know who gets older sister sisters is Cameron Diaz.
Oh,
Her character
totally.
always
Okay,
gave older
we're getting
sister
there,
sisters.
we're
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry.
All right, so now we have.
Wait, who's a celebrity older brother of sisters?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Oh, isn't what's his
Shoot.
name? Josh Dumel.
Maybe.
Oh, he does give that vibe.
I love him.
He really
I feel like
gives
a lot
that.
of them, they're not as famous. Oh, Cody Simpson. Cody Simpson.
Okay.
All right.
Younger. Now we're getting to younger. younger brother of brothers.
Oh, they're my
My
fave. They're so
kryptonite.
cute.
We kind of mentioned this.
Oh wait, not dating. Sorry.
I know. It's hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I dated like 20 of this time. I'm not.
I dated like
was
one.
Every
I feel
single
that.
boy that liked me.
I think it was
always.
one for me.
Okay.
Oh, you
same.
have any siblings? Yes, I have an older brother.
They
This is
grew
like my
up
type.
I can't wait to get to that one.
getting
for
sent
dating.
into battle all
Yes.
the time. Like, do this, go run and experience
their
this.
older brother is telling them, "We're gonna do this today.
Like,
we're
okay.
gonna do this. We're gonna do this." So they're like an
They're
adventure
go with the
buddy.
They're
A lot of times go with the
adventurous.
flow. They're like,
Yes.
okay, cool.
I think they're really often easygoing and like friendly and fun and like personable,
And like
positive.
charming, funny.
Yeah.
Like really fun. I find them to be like very, very fun to be around. One of the most like agreeable,
They
fun to be around
are.
types.
They're
Yeah,
so
and,
like,
fun.
almost all of them I've ever
I
met have
love
been
them.
really
All the
fun.
types are fun, but I feel like they're like some of the most fun.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want
they're
to
down for an adventure.
have fun with one, hang out, I think
They have the fun
great.
vibe.
They're
Ooh.
great.
The number
go-to.
one trait that I remember from the book and that I've seen over and over again because I dated many of this type is observant.
They're so observant.
They will sit in the room, whether they're an extrovert or an introvert, doesn't matter, and they will just analyze
can't-
everything,
Oh, yes.
and they'll notice all these details that everyone else will miss. And some of the books, I think it was about their older brother.
Their older brother could be, mood swings,
About to punch
scary,
them.
about to beat them up. So they had to learn how to like read. Is that like a
Hypervigilant.
trauma thing kind of? They had to be hypervigilant.
Sounds kinda scary.
Read their moods and know like, ooh, okay, walk on eggshells.
Nothing gets
He's
past
mad.
the younger brother of brothers.
I will literally be Chad. My husband has an older brother. I'll be sitting there and he's just like,
Oh, that's
"Why
so
are you anxious?"
cute.
I'm like,
He just noticed.
"Why do you know that?"
No, that's so true, and I've
They're so
totally
good at reading.
seen that. I have more of like a friend connection. We're not talking about romantic right now, but I have more of a friend connection with younger brothers.
yeah, they're
I've had
fun.
like a really good friend connection with some in my life, so I do enjoy them,
love them.
as a friend.
They're
Okay.
so sweet and charming.
So-
it's a great type.
Younger
Shall we go
brothers.
to-
Oh, you know what?
Not that
I
any
feel
type is
like-
good or
okay,
bad.
This is a
For me, I would
fictional.
say.
I don't know. Wait. Oh, Nick Jonas, younger brother.
He
Brothers.
totally has that.
And an older brother of brothers because he has a younger brother
Okay,
too.
but
Frankie's a lot
Frankie-
younger,
he's technically a middle.
Kat, Frankie's like 10 years younger.
he is.
Yeah.
He's a lot
Or
younger.
like
Younger
8 years
brother,
younger, like
yeah,
a lot
there's a
younger.
big age
Okay.
gap there.
I always thought he was close.
I feel like the fictional embodiment, whatever you want to say.
And Catherine
is that the
word?
word?
That's a Catherine.
embodification.
No, Cass is embodify.
Embodify. the fictional embodiment of a younger brothers to me, even though they wrote him as having younger brothers, is Nick from New Girl.
Oh, yes.
He is
He is.
I want to know if he has an older brother in real life because it
He
just
has
like
to.
oh,
I love
all
him.
his little like
I love
dance
him so
moves.
deeply.
I'm like, there he
Yes.
is.
Love
Okay.
him.
I
funny.
feel like a lot of them love to dance too. I don't know
Yes.
why.
It's cute.
Let's go to younger brother of sisters.
Okay, this is the one that I
This is
feel
one
like
I love.
I clash with. We miss each other. Like sometimes
I
we get
feel
along.
that.
It's like oh ha, but it's not really like a bond.
They kind of have this, and not in an offensive. I don't know if it's gonna be offensive, but this thing of like the world revolves around me.
They're like the golden
Yeah.
boy.
Because like their their older sister is like the world revolves around you, and they're like, yes, it does.
Oh, you know what's interesting is even though they may be the youngest, they're also the firstborn male.
yeah.
which is
So they have
interesting.
that firstborn thing where they're like, I don't know how to describe.
They say it's like a bravado.
Okay, so the firstborn male is a thing. You may not be the firstborn, but you may be the firstborn male, which my husband is. He's the fourth born in his family.
He's the only male in his family,
and he's the firstborn male, and he has this thing about him that's the firstborn male that you only have when you're the firstborn male that I've
It's
noticed.
kind of like you're expected to kind of take care of the family, or like you feel like you need to kind of step up, like you're second to your dad. It
well,
feels like.
also he has all these older sisters that are like doting on him, and it's probably like. Oh my gosh, I want to do something on my own for a change, like a chip.
Yeah, that's true.
see it.
they're known as very charming. That's more romantic, though. We'll get to that later. But yeah, they're
wait,
known as very
who's the
charming.
Well, they're really like they're kind of like
don't
fun
know.
and funny and charming though, just in general. Because like their sister's always like dressing them up and like putting makeup on them and this and that. So they just kind of like go with the flow,
Easygoing.
like not afraid to like make a joke of themselves.
grow
I feel
up
like they're just like
super
haha.
comfortable around girls, but not
They're
as
so
like,
not as understanding
not
as the older
understanding
brother.
as the older brother, but they're very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
They're like
Very
magnetic, and they don't
Yeah.
know why.
And I know one of the biggest traits of a younger sister or younger
of
brother of a
sister.
sister is that they're non-conformist. They tend to have a lot of kind of kooky ideas, like kind of outside the box. They don't really want to fit into society.
Weird fashion sense.
They're just like they're like, I'm not gonna be normal. I don't want to fit in. And our brother, who has how many? Four or five?
He has 4 older sisters.
4 older sisters. Our brother Alex.
He used to walk around Malibu,
He
which
exemplifies
is
this-
celebrity-ridden and bougie, in a tie-dye pajama onesie.
Or he had like a blanket draped around him like a...
Alex is just like,
Loves to be
which way are
weird.
people going in the current? All right, I'm gonna go the opposite.
Feels
Yeah,
good.
it's
They're like
iconic.
salmon. They swim upstream.
Iconic.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic. I gotta
Who's
love
the
the
celebrity?
nonconformist.
I don't know. I can't think of any.
Oh, Robert
so
Downey
many.
Jr. That's what he has.
Oh,
That's what he has in the book. He gives.
We love.
Oh,
Okay.
Lauren loves this type.
I know.
So do
I
I,
also hate them
please.
though. It depends.
I know. They can be kind
I
of
also
evil.
hate them. They're so annoying and
They can be
oblivious.
evil.
Because they're also not used to being like gentle with women and like
Yeah.
they're kind of just like,
They
I
need
can do
They
no
gotta
wrong.
learn.
They need someone
But I
to
love
slap them
too.
down.
A little bit.
All right.
But we'll get to this in
Verbally,
the
no,
next one. Younger sister of sisters.
Oh, love it.
Oh, they're so
So this
nice.
is all of us except for
you.
Christina. We all. It's
Okay.
basically any girl has an older sister that's close.
This is the one I connect with the most, but I thought it was my whole personality. I realized it's not. But this
ain't.
is the one I connect with the most, probably.
Easy go.
As in-
So yeah, I
for
think
myself.
Lisa, you exemplified. You and Danny, I would say, out of all of us,
Yes.
exemplify this one, right?
Yeah.
I would say easygoing, fun,
charming, like funny.
Very charming, funky, fresh,
very
a little eclectic.
Oh, usually good fashion sense for some reason.
Well, not necessarily good, but like
but
wild.
like yeah, cares more about
weird.
fashion, like into their style.
a little more rebellious.
Bella Hadid.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
She's such
And
a...
Gigi is the oldest.
Oh, Gigi's such an older sister.
pause.
Oh, wait, and she also has a little brother. But, you know.
Bear just woke up, so our producer Ariel is grabbing him, but we're gonna keep talking. And he's probably gonna come in. Okay, so what else about younger sister of sisters?
Isn't it like the princess of the
Oh, yes,
family?
the princess.
The princess. Oh, I feel like they're very competitive.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh
a
my
thing.
They're very
There's
competitive.
a thing that I feel like they're always like, oh, my older sister is better, and this and that and that. So there's kind of this like,
chip. They said a chip on the
on your
shoulder.
They're a little
shoulder.
rebellious
Because
too.
the dominant older sister bossed them around, whatever, and now it's like, this is my time to shine.
Yeah.
Every minute is their
I gotta
time to
beat
shine.
you.
They're
Finally.
super, usually like big people persons, you know?
Big people?
Big
people.
person.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're a
A
people,
people
person.
person.
Yeah, one of my best friends is a like straight up younger sister. Just she has one older sister, and I feel like she exemplifies it. It's like fun.
Yeah, I feel like they're the most fun
playful,
friends. They'll just do
really,
anything
like,
and have
yeah,
fun.
they're just like
It's the
I don't know
younger
what it is. It's
brother's
like
counterpart.
sweet, kind of easygoing, but she also has like that really competitive side. It's a
Yeah.
weird combination of easygoing and very competitive.
I would say me, not to rat Danny out, I think me and Danny have the competitiveness the most. We're
Yeah.
both like,
Yeah.
I want to outdo you.
I've noticed when I talk
Going
to
to do it.
younger sister of sisters, they often like look at me like this. Because they're used to like listen to their older sisters, so they'll listen to like hang on every word I say, like I know everything.
Wait, is that why I'm
think a
so
lot of
competitive?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I drop out of everything because I can't stand how competitive I am, so I don't play games because I can't stand to lose.
Oh, well,
And you
do
know
have
what?
three
Dating
older
Chad,
sisters.
who loves to play games, not that. I like board games. He has really helped me with that because I've had to learn to emotionally detach. I'm like, I just got clobbered in cards and it's okay.
Oh, it's
okay.
so bad.
Honestly, I will
doesn't
say maybe
mean
that is my younger sister of sister side is that I hate playing games because I feel really annoyed when I lose. Even though I don't show it, I feel annoyed. And I try to just detach and then
It's
it's
hard.
not fun.
I've learned to
hard.
love the fun of the journey.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
Good.
Let's go to the next one, which is younger sister of brothers, aka Lauren and I.
Oh my god.
So Lauren and I are the only.
Wait. This is the one that people put on
hate.
all women.
This
They're
is the
like,
pick me girl.
Yeah, the pick me girl. The I'm not like other
I'm one of the
girls.
guys.
when they don't
Yeah.
have sisters, I would say, which we do.
Yeah. But
so,
still.
So Lauren and I, we're not gonna,
Interested.
we'll get to this more, but since Lauren and I are the only ones who have a brother right above us, you're 2 years younger, I'm 18 months younger. We are younger sister brothers as well, but we're specifically talking about ones where they don't have any sisters. So younger sister of brothers, the most charming with men. We'll talk about that more.
Oh, they get men very well.
The most naturally charming with men. That's why we're in the romantic one. But sometimes they could be a snake, especially when they don't have sisters. They could really be
Yeah.
a
They just
snake
don't
to other
get it.
girls.
It's just different.
Sometimes.
Well, I don't think they're intentionally trying to be a snake.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
it's
they
an
just don't know all the unspoken rules
just
that come when you have sisters.
Sometimes it could be a
missed
boyfriend
the girl
stealer.
code.
Yeah.
We have girl code, but they could be a boyfriend. Well,
I feel like it's
Anyone
like,
can be a boyfriend.
They,
stealer.
I feel
do
like
that.
they exemplify like kind of effortless, like they're like I don't want to wear a dress, but they're like
Yeah.
still really pretty. Like they have like they have like a tomboyish vibe,
but not.
I don't know. It's really confusing.
Well,
One of my best friends was this growing up.
So you think of this, and oftentimes they grow up with their older brother being bigger and stronger, like pushing them down, kicking them in the head, and they have to learn how to like hold their own against their older brother. And
They can't physically.
They
'cause he's
have
bigger.
They have to
usually.
charm him.
Yeah,
They're
because
often
they
really
can't
good.
really.
Yeah,
do
they're often
anything
good
else.
storytellers. I remember this all the time being younger and trying to be like, Michael, we should do this. And it's like, I can't be like, I'm going to punch you in the head. And I'd be like, Michael, we should do whatever. Like I had to like try to like make it sound really good and like convince him like, I have a really good idea because you normally tell me what to do, but I have a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to like kind of learn how to win over our brother and like, what could we possibly do? And we also, it's the same thing where we have to like observe his mood and be like, is he going to punch me now? He didn't punch me in the face, but he definitely, threw me
I don't
around.
think Alex punched me. Just
Alex
for the
would
record.
never.
Alex ran after me with a pencil, with some other spirit in his eyes.
Well,
that was not him.
Michael,
Well, that was a different thing.
Michael tried to embarrass me. He took a little tape recorder and then he would hit me and then try to get me to say, Mom, Michael hit me. So then he would record it and be like, I'm going to play it for my friends and tell them you're a tattletale.
My gosh.
How could you embarrass me like that?
What a sicko.
Yeah, that's
Oh my gosh.
Diabolical.
Okay, I'll exemplify the younger sister of brothers. An experience that I had with my older brother was he gave me a freaking warhead candy in front of all of his friends. And he's like, eat this when we were kids. And then I was like,
Such a
"Ugh,"
rat.
and then they all just like laughed and he's like, it's like, I feel like the older brother is always like kind of putting the younger sister through things.
Yeah, so she's more easygoing. It's just
Yeah, they're pretty
well,
easygoing, laid
She can
back.
grow up like around his friends, which is another thing, a dangerous thing. But that's another thing
Oh my
as well.
gosh,
the
we all
dangers.
had crushes on different ones of Michael's friends.
Yeah,
That's wild.
we're all-
Same.
Anything else, younger sister or brothers? If I think about
I think they just can, I don't know if Mary says, but can have more like traditionally male kind of hobbies and interests too.
You know who
like
exempt
more
them.
into like sports or like things like that sometimes
Yeah, they're,
because
like,
they're
one of
used
the
to doing
guys.
that.
Oh, they can be
More, like,
rebellious.
You know
That was
who
one of the
exemplifies
things.
it perfectly is Kate Hudson.
Oh yeah.
She's the younger sister
cute.
of brothers to like.
Oh, interesting.
She's
like
such.
charming, fun,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
playful.
It's a yeah. It's such a
Playful.
vibe.
I think playful is a big part of it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
bantery.
Okay, intriguing. Okay, so now we get to go. Oh, only child. Then we get middle. Okay, we're getting so close.
We're so close.
Do you have twins on this too?
No.
I didn't put twins. We have two twins. Duh. Okay. So only child, male. I remember them saying can be incredibly career driven. Kind of like I'm married to
Justin
my
Bieber?
career.
Yeah,
Justin Timberlake
is your
Justin
celebrity.
Timberlake.
All the Justins.
Only children male. I just read this recently
Oh,
because
yeah,
my
you're married
husband
to
is
one.
that. And actually, this was actually the other type that I dated the most in my dating years. It's weird. They're the firstborn and the lastborn in their family. So they tend to have traits of both. They can be very like on top of it,
Babyish,
responsible, conscientious, like that sort of responsible side. But then they also can have sort of the like laid back, like babyish side. It's a really interesting combo. It's almost like they're a middle child because they have both traits to them, which I think my husband definitely exemplifies that. Very career focused. That's my husband. It's like they're focused on their career. They're going to do really good work. It's something they're passionate about. They tend to have, when they grew up, they were around a lot of adults instead of other kids because they're around their parents and their parents' friends. They weren't like, oh, my siblings. So they tend to be really good with talking to older adults
mature.
from a young age.
You know, I feel like I don't really get along with them that much because I feel like they have like adult sense of humor where like they don't really get like the young jokes because they're always so good with like adults.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was like, don't really get it.
I had a BFF. Lisa had a mutual BFF, and he was very career focused. And
Still is.
we would talk about
Killing
all
it.
we would talk about is like goals and career stuff. And I loved talking about it with him. But that's what we talk about, like personal development and goals all the time.
yeah.
It's definitely a
they're-
vibe.
Okay.
And also, my experience with two of them is they're also pretty easygoing, go with the flow, fun, want to do anything.
Yeah.
They
and
also don't understand as much like
'cause-
sharing things and like
Yeah, they didn't have to share.
comparison
They
vibes.
have to share their stuff.
They just kind of have their own.
That's true.
It's always their own lane, and they just go.
But also, if
Yeah.
you think about it, they didn't have any sisters. So the female in their house was their mom. So it's
looking
like
for that.
If you're like, okay, do this, they're like, oh, okay, she can
Yeah.
also be around, whatever, that could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to only child female, which technically is our mom. And I've had some friends.
I have a
this.
best friend who's a female only
I
I've
have some
had
really
some close
close-
friends
yeah,
with this
as
one.
well.
So they often will look up to people as like role models, like more than your average person. I don't know why that is, and like put them on a pedestal a little bit more. And so me as an older sister being around them, they'd often like look to me for like advice and whatever. And they're often like really close with their mom, like she's a sibling. They'll like fight with her like a sibling, talk to her like a sibling. Like the way that some of my only children friends talk to their moms, I was like, oh my
Rory
gosh.
Gilmore is the
I can never
vibe.
say that.
Yeah,
Yes.
they say like the only child. I don't know if this is both. I think this was specifically for female only children, at least in the book. I think it said like they're like three musketeers with their parents.
Oh,
So it's like
they're-
the three of them together.
They're more likely to live at their parents like forever than other ones.
Yeah.
It's
like more
cheaper for the
dependent.
parents.
Dependent.
They don't have to
I
pay
also
for
think
4
that's
kids.
Jennifer
They don't have to pay
Aniston.
for 1.
Oh,
Jennifer
interesting.
Aniston gives that vibe too.
They can be more dependent on their parents than your average. Not always, but they can be. And my
Yeah.
friend, she lived with her parents till she was like, I don't even know when she moved out actually, but her mom would like drive her around when she was like 24. I don't think she even had her license.
It's interesting because I feel like the ones that I'm really good friends with, I'm thinking of, they're actually the opposite of the stereotype you think of. I feel like there's this negative stereotype of only children, like they're selfish, they think the world revolves around them. They are like, but I don't actually think that's true at all. And I feel like if anything, they're kind of almost more, a lot of them say they were lonely as little kids.
They just
And I feel like the female only children that I know, it's like they have this kind of easygoing, like go with the flow, like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, whatever you want to do. Like just this
Yes.
sort of like,
They just
very
want to hang
easy.
out.
Yeah, easygoing personality. They love to be
so
part of it.
cute.
If you have I feel like we have a big family, and they like, oh, that's so cool. You have so many siblings. I always wished I had a sibling. And they're just kind of like, they love being part of that like group family vibe.
There's Peta for Santa.
I heard Deutsch bitte.
Okay, let's go to
Peta.
twins.
Okay,
Kathy, what
I
do you have to
just
say
read
about
this
it?
recently
Oh, you
because of
did?
my twins. So I'm trying to remember what it was.
I remember they say it's like being a celebrity because everywhere you go, people are like, you're twins.
Which is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm friends with 2 girls. I was friends with them before this happened. They married twin brothers.
Oh yeah.
Wild. And they're already friends, so they're all together all the time now.
I remember they expect
twins?
a closeness level.
Yeah, I've heard they expect you to be as close with them as if like you're their twin. Like they're used to this is what I've heard, and we know a few twins that this doesn't apply to, where they like live in different states and stuff. But mostly they stay together a lot. They do the same thing. They might have the same career. Some of them are like very, very,
Like
very, very
forever.
close. Yeah. So they expect you to. They grew up with someone who's always there. So they
Yeah.
want you to always be there. And apparently, well, no, that's dating. Yeah.
Oh, I
They
saw
just
this.
love that super, super, super close relationship, which is funny because
Yeah.
one of my friend who married a twin is an only child. So it's tough sometimes of like, I just want to do my own thing. It's like, he doesn't get it. It's like, yeah, he's never done his own thing.
Yeah, twins. It's like I saw this quote, and this might only apply to identical twins, but maybe it applies to all of them. But it was, I thought this was brilliant because I already kind of see this in my sons, because I have like twin boys. If you didn't know that, I feel like most of you probably do. But they say having a twin is not like having a sibling; it's like having another you. It's like you
so
feel
weird.
like your twin is like a part of your personality. Like you guys are like
part of
so
you.
people always lump you together from day one. You're intrinsically linked. So it's like it's just like this, like you said, ultra closeness. And it's like I think some of them come to really resent that and then kind of want to be very different from their twin and
But
stand
even
apart.
the twins I know that do that, they're still together all the time.
Right, but I'm saying personality wise, like either
Yeah.
they're like very similar and they kind of just lean into it, or they're like, we are the opposite.
Yeah, opposite twins. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, I can't remember what else there was about twins, but those are some of the biggest things I remember.
Well, and that's another funny public example. Megan and Liz, they're twins. If you know them, they're YouTubers, and they married best friends. So they're all, and then
such a good
I
match.
think Liz just moved to Memphis, so they live
To live in the same area.
They live in the same
That's
area.
cute. I love
cool.
that.
Can only be apart for so
I
long.
love it.
I love it.
Shout out.
Okay, cool. And now we're getting to middle siblings.
Oh my gosh, we're finally here. Our
Is the
time
most
to shine.
the most intriguing, I would say.
Yeah.
So because normally all they tell you is middle child, forgotten, whatever. So if you are a middle child, what it means is you have 2 dominant sides, and you can have more sides than 2. They won't be as dominant like your next sibling, but you have 2 dominant
yeah.
sides,
Yeah.
depending on how many siblings you have close in age with you. And ours is really interesting, our family, because if you think about it, Lauren, for instance, has who's your closest older sister? Amy, how close?
3 years.
Has a sister 3 years older than her. She also has a brother 2 years older. She has a sister 2 years younger, and then a brother 3 years
3
younger.
years younger than you?
I know.
Whoa.
So Lauren has all 4 of those things going on, but she at the same time, her dominant things are older sister of sisters, younger sister of brothers, which are also
Which are the two that are closest.
Those are my only ones. And Lauren and I have so many similarities. And we found that we had so many similarities in dating as well, which is kind of shocking. But then it made sense. Oh my gosh, we're both like strong younger sister brothers and older sister of sisters. But then you might be wondering, why would Lauren be an older sister of sisters? She's the 5th sister. How does that make any sense? Well, this is the groupings where the groupings of the family comes into play. So in our family, we had groupings of Michael, Christina, Catherine, Lisa. That was a group.
I was the youngest.
Lisa was the baby.
Horrible.
She was the baby of our group. Because you might be like, why would Lisa be that baby? She's like a younger sister of sisters. She's the fourth oldest. But no, Lisa has a major baby side. Super babyish side. And it's really strong because she hung out with us three, hung out all the time, Kath, Lisa, and I, as a sister unit. That really like built my older sister side even more, and built Lisa's younger sister side and Kath's.
I feel like it just made me like completely in the middle, like older sister,
which we will
and
talk
younger
about,
sisters.
that one, yeah, and that's its own thing. We would say, as I wrote that down, we would say that
the main phrase the book uses for middle children is switch hitter, which means that you can like switch roles really quickly. Literally
I
mid
can
conversation.
feel it. Yeah.
It drives Chad crazy.
Really?
What?
He notices?
Not it drives him crazy like he noticed, but like he doesn't realize it, but I know it drives him crazy. Because sometimes
That's
I'm like,
so interesting.
well, every time I say, you decide. Like, you just pick, I'll do whatever. He's like, if I pick one thing, you'll say, no, I don't want to do that. But I'm like, no, I don't care. And he's like, because
Lisa has a secret side.
I have the thing
Because of me.
Also, it's a last born and a firstborn thing of not wanting to be bossed around. Someone bossed me around my whole life. They literally just sat on me. That was my whole existence.
Lisa just went with everything. She was just smiling like, sure.
Bossed around again. So it's tough.
So should we go into the specific ones? I think that covers the idea of it, right? So we'll go into each one.
Switch hitter is good.
Yeah. So, and that can change based on who you're around and what the situation is.
Yes.
So, for instance, Lauren and I around men will often, not always, go into the younger sister role.
Yeah.
But if I'm with all my sisters and around a man, then I might be more inclined to be more older sistery, depending on who's around me. But with different girls, if she's like super dominant, I can actually go into my younger sister role and be like, yeah, whatever you want, sure, whatever. And they would probably not even really recognize that side of me very much because they don't bring that out around me. However, Lauren sometimes. So here's the interesting thing.
Christina's only afraid of one person.
That
It's
one.
Lauren.
It's so weird.
I don't understand
Well,
it.
Lauren. Okay, that's where I was trying to get to. So the groups we did ours. Amy. Okay, so Amy had hip dysplasia. She was in a hip.
Alone in the universe.
She was in a hip thing
Cast thing.
when she was younger. So
I didn't learn to
for a
walk
while.
till like almost 1.5.
So Amy was alone for a bit, and then Alex came along, and you guys hung out a lot. So that was like
matching cowboy hats.
that was the older sister
Brethren.
side.
Yeah, so Amy developed a very like nurturing, like
Yes.
motherly side, being Alex's older sister.
Yes.
But then when Lauren came around, somehow, Lauren, then Danny was right 2 years after. Lauren was very bossy of Danny. She's like, I'm going to be the boss here.
Lauren, Danny, and Christian or Alex made a group.
All boss her around. And then Alex was in it too. You three were a group.
Well,
I
me
floated
and
in and
Alex
out.
were the group first that bullied Danny. I'm sorry. And then Danny
love you,
joined
D.
later, and then we stopped
And then-
bullying
yeah.
her.
And then when the little boys came around, Chris, Nick, and Joe, did you hang out with them
no,
much?
they were like the baby children. I don't even know who you are.
Oh, we
So
called them
young.
the babies in our family. Like we're like, oh, are the babies coming?
Or
For
the
like
little
till
boys
they were like
for
way
a
older.
very long. They're
Like
just the little
8.
boys.
We still call them the little
babies.
boys.
You know what though? Like Chad and his friends, they still have like little Chad and big Chad, even though they're like 40 and 50. It's like little
How are you
Chad.
supposed to know which one you're talking about?
Yeah.
You know.
In our family, it was the big girls, the little girls,
Yeah.
the little boys, and then what? Just Michael and Alex.
Yeah.
I feel like we never said the big boys
No.
or something.
Did both of you say the big kids?
There's
Michael and
Alex.
Alex are so
going.
far
You have to
apart.
stay
They weren't
home.
really a group.
So let's go into specifics.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Okay, so here's a thing that we came up. This wasn't in the book, I don't believe. Middle Sister of Sisters, was it?
I
No.
didn't see it.
No.
They
Okay,
didn't
that was
really
not
do
in the book.
middles
So-
in that way.
Middle Sister of Sisters. This is if you're just in a family with 3 and you're just in the middle, or if you
is
have
more than 3,
or
but
Catherine
no
has
boys.
that side. she has that side to her because she was in this
Middle
between
sister.
us.
Okay,
sisters.
I feel like when I think of a middle sister of sisters, I think of a mediator. You really are like I know they say middle children in general are like the peacemakers, but I feel like the middle sister is like very much like kind of bringing people together, kind of like peacemakery, like doesn't want anyone to fight, wants everyone to get along, kind of like fades into the background a little bit sometimes because she's like watching and observing the older and the younger.
And would you, and no offense at all to any of you who are young, middle sisters, but the ones who are only that, not you, the ones who are just entirely that, sometimes a bit unhinged.
They can be a bit sneaky.
I don't know that.
Yes,
Unhinged?
sneaky.
I think
Not
sisters
yours,
with
the
only
ones who are only.
sisters,
Hey,
they have this
sneaky.
like hyper competitive thing,
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but that middle one
and it
I've
makes
noticed.
them a little sneaky, especially
I'm trying to
middle.
think if I know anyone
Because they're like,
in
what's
real life.
my role?
I think I'm the sneakiest person I know. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I am
you
a
do
middle.
kind of have that middle of sisters because I do exist.
because I feel like my privacy was invaded nonstop, so
Yeah,
I
it was.
have to sneak.
yeah,
I don't want anyone seeing what's on my phone. What am I watching? A YouTube video about national parks. Don't look, because I think I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm not doing anything wrong, but
That's so
someone is
interesting.
gonna get me in trouble
yeah.
all
Okay.
the time.
What about, you want the iPad? We could turn it all the way down. Middle sister of brothers. So this is the girl. She's got older brother, younger brother,
Look,
and
this
no
girl's
sisters.
like confused. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a little siren," but then. No, I'm not. Sit down. Shut up to the boys. Like
I love
she's
it.
like, but in a good way too. She has like both sides. It's like I think as a middle child of so many children, or just 2, 3, whatever, you literally meet different people and you see the switch hitter thing where you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, I just have to play it like this. They're like this. Oh, I just have to be like this with this person. You just have this mentality, whether you realize it or not, of just switching. And hers is more just about like the guys. I don't
It's
know how she is with
interesting, though, 'cause
girlfriends though.
I'm thinking of a couple friends I have who are middle sister brothers, and I feel like they are more girls' girl than a lot of girls who just have an older or younger. I feel like they're always the ones that are like, I really wanted sisters growing
gonna
up,
say this.
and
Yeah.
they can actually be very loyal to girls because they felt kind of out of place with all these brothers around them. They were like, this is kind of crazy.
I was gonna say, I feel like there's 2 types of this. I think there are the ones who can be kind of a snake to other gals, and their loyalty is to the boys.
You know why? Because they have the charm of having an older brother and then the aggression of having the little brother.
Oh yeah.
So they see what they want and they go for it.
Some of them can be a bit
for
of a
them.
snake, but then there's the type who are like, I always wanted a sister, and they're like super loyal to girls.
Guys, if you can't tell, we are very like, I mean, we have brothers obviously, but I feel like we all have that sister thing of like, girls should be loyal
code.
to girls. I feel like we kind of have that
Yeah.
vibe.
It is
don't know.
a sister
if I
thing.
like you.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Maybe
Yeah,
not, at
you're
least-
friends.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, middle brother of brothers.
Lisa,
Oh
you're not,
my
Lisa, you're not
gosh,
gonna
I
go
love
talk
them.
to. Okay, you're married now.
dated one of
You're not gonna
these.
go talk to your friend's man behind their back. You would not do that.
No. If they're together, no.
Yes, that's what I'm
like if it's
saying.
a crush,
You
it's
are
like,
not
whoever
a
gets there
snake.
first.
Like, okay, guys, I
Yeah.
can think of a very specific.
I don't believe people are property that you can call dibs on unless you
Yeah.
literally have a dibs. Where
No,
it's like,
I agree
you're
with that.
dating.
Guys, I can think of
if you're not dating.
I can think of a real situation that Christina will cringe at from our childhood of a middle sister of brothers that we knew. And I'm not going to
Yes,
give details because I just
yes,
don't want to
yes.
rat anyone out.
What?
But Christina was dating her boyfriend, and this girl who had brothers all around her said to her, "Don't worry, I would never come between your little thing."
Your little thing in
She
your
said
relationship.
she called her and her boyfriend a little
She was
thing.
diabolical.
She was diabolical.
She would flirt with her
No,
boyfriend.
she was evil. I'm dead serious.
She
So
was
anyway,
a little evil.
Just saying, and not saying they're all evil, but I have some great friends. One of my closest friends has like all brothers all around her, and she's amazing.
Okay.
I called her and I was
But
like,
sometimes-
hey, I feel like you're flirting with my boyfriend. And that's
If
what she's like,
Christina
oh
called
no.
me and said that, I would drop dead.
I would cry.
But okay, let's go to the next one, which is middle brother of brothers. And that's the guy I was dating at that time.
Oh,
One word
there's
comes to
so
mind.
cute.
One
Joe
word comes-
Jonas.
One word comes to mind. Hot.
I don't know.
Very hot.
Gosh.
I love them.
It's a great personality.
Middle
It is
brother
a
brothers,
great.
I don't really know
Top tier
them.
personality.
They're a
love
fun
it.
mix. Wait, let me grab them.
They're the mix
Lauren,
of
you get the best.
Literally.
Of both
I know it's
worlds.
not Lauren. It's not Lauren's
Should
my
I
thing.
take
know.
Oh man.
because
That's
they
the
have
American
it's
dream.
the Joe Jonas thing where they have like the
Yes. think of Joe Jonas?
They have like
I
the
like him.
charm of the baby,
You
but
know
also
him.
like
The
that.
bravado of the
bravado.
Okay, when
too.
I think of a middle brothers, I don't know. Tell me if you guys agree with this. I think unassuming. It's like they're so cool when they don't know it.
Yeah.
They're such
And
a
I
cute
think a lot of
guy,
them are
but they
really
don't
funny.
know it.
Our brother,
They're like humble.
our brother Nick.
Oh, yeah,
Nick.
yeah.
They're like
Very
low
cool.
key, really cool, really cute, but they're like, that's what makes you don't know you're beautiful.
They've been bossed around, but they also do the bossing. So they're like, I can do both.
They'll be like, oh, my older brother's gone. Yes, I'm the boss. But then
Yes.
it's like he comes back and they're like, okay, now I can listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them
They have
so
a-
deeply.
they have a rank.
Oh, sometimes they're a little aggressive with their little brother because they're so mad that they got bossed around. They're like,
yeah.
this is my chance. And they get a little brother and they're like, so
Oh
they
my
can be like
gosh.
overly harsh sometimes.
Well, and it was funny to see when our so we have the little wolf pack at the bottom of our family, Christian, Nick, and Joey.
end of our fam.
Christian was the oldest of the three, and when Christian went away to college, it was very interesting to see Nick's like depression and then his like rise where he like
He rose.
the older brother
Yeah.
finally stopped sitting on him and he was like I can stand up straight. Oh, like
So
he
true.
really came alive. And
Yeah.
when Nick moves out, Joey is gonna go from 2 feet tall to 10 feet tall. He's
will.
like, oh,
with
my
no one to
gosh.
sit on him.
No one's gonna be
It's so
sitting
funny.
on him.
Yeah, Joey
They're
has
so
the
cute.
ultimate chip because he has he has a million
He has
older
10
siblings.
trillion
I feel like
older
Joey's always like, you
siblings.
guys treat me like a baby.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, one of my very faves. We'll talk about it more in romantic, but middle brother of sisters.
They don't see me. I
That's
don't
what my
exist.
husband is.
I don't think I ever
I think
dated
this was never my jam. I don't know
love
why.
This was not my jam.
It's like Alex. Alex
Okay.
is such a middle brother of sisters.
love him.
For me,
Deeply.
they like really understand women a lot of times. They like really see it's like a real like a closeness, like emotional closeness, some depth.
We used to say
can
they're
go there.
part girl.
Yeah.
we have
like,
said that.
Yeah.
It's like a girl's world and they're living in it.
Literally.
I think I didn't like
sisters.
that. I think I wanted more of the like fee fi fo fum.
What is a girl? Yeah.
Yeah, I think for some reason I was always drawn to the what is a girl?
Yeah.
Now
Same.
they could be also the same kind of thing. They could be a snake a little bit.
Yeah, no loyalty to
I'm trying
men.
to think of examples.
To the boys, they could be a snake to the men. Could happen.
Is that the one who would talk to
It's
his
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Oh,
So they have those two sides to them. So they have the one that's like the charming younger brother, and then they have the one that's like the protective older brother. They're still the firstborn male. So they have like that bravado. For me, it's just like, love it, love it, love it. Just love that
love
combo.
it, married it.
Love that combo. It's just great.
They don't see
Yeah,
me.
it's
I
like
don't see them.
Christina,
Yeah.
listen, I was painting my nails. This is funny. One day I painted my nails for 6 hours. I don't know why. I
have a
couldn't
real
decide.
problem.
I kept putting it on and I didn't like it. I'd take it off and redo it. I don't know what was going on. I really can't explain it. But I was painting my nails and the night had fallen. Christina's husband, then boyfriend, was in town visiting and literally laid on the floor next to me. He's like, "Oh, what you doing?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, and I want to say Christina's
"Oh, so
Christina's husband is a
comfortable."
great case study for this because he has like 3 older sisters.
He has
and one,
4 sisters.
and one younger sister, and you can see him. He gets this like childlike look in his eye when he tells like a funny story or something, and he gets like all hyped up, and then he switches to like this responsible older brother who's like gonna take care of business, and you can see him going back and forth.
Yeah,
He has
Alex
2
is the
sides.
same vibe.
And
too.
our brother Alex is the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when Nick, my husband, when he's around girls, he just kind of like he's
Comes
in his
alive.
element.
He really is in his
lights
element.
up.
Yeah.
He loves being
I
around
feel like
girls.
they could get in on a good rousing girl chat.
Yeah.
They love
yeah.
girl chat.
Alex could totally get in our girl chat, and he would fit right in.
He loves
Oh, yeah,
girl
he
chat.
Weird. It's so weird.
Okay, so then we have these
foreign
last
to me.
last combos. Okay, let's go
Right
through.
there,
We got
guys.
younger sister of brothers, older sister of sisters.
Oh, that's us,
That's-
right?
Guys, I think we're in the weeds
Oh
here.
yeah, oh yeah.
We're almost
this is
at
Lauren
the
and I.
end.
People's brains have
This
melted
is a
at
wild
point.
No, every
personality.
girl who's this birth order wants to
No,
hear
I
it.
know.
We
I'm
can't
just saying,
ignore them.
I'm like,
hello.
as a viewer, I'm a viewer right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many types.
Ken,
Someone
It's okay.
sitting there has been waiting for this combo.
Okay, so wait,
Yeah,
what was
we're not
it?
gonna
Younger
stop.
sister of a
Brothers,
a
older
girl,
sister.
you have listen.
sister.
You have an older brother and younger sister or sisters.
Also
Okay,
known.
so this is Lauren and I. We switch back and forth. We kind of already talked about this one though when I was
Yeah.
describing it. We kind of already talked about it, but yeah, we got that older sister side, but we can switch to that younger sis side. So we're not just going to be dominating all the time. We can switch.
This is the personality where you understand men and you're very aggressive.
yeah.
It's a deadly combo.
It is a deadly
Am I
combo.
right or am I
It
right?
does
Yeah.
things where I'm like, what? what? But then also, I'm the one that's like, you should call him up. And you're like, what?
Yeah, well, you inspired me to be more forward, though. But I still like
Because we'll talk about it in the next one. But yeah, it's because we want that older brother sisters to chase us.
I want to be
we love to be chased.
I don't want to say
We
anything
love
or do anything.
to be chased.
Love a chase.
And like,
We'll get
I don't
into
mind just putting myself out there on a platter. I'm like, hello.
We're like, whoa. The
yeah,
ultimate.
I vibe.
Okay, we'll get into
It's the
that.
next episode. Okay, so next one is younger. Also, I have to say, Lauren, I have a lot of pride in our birth order, I feel.
I know, I love it.
Why did it?
It's so
I don't
fun.
even know what mine is anymore anyway.
I
and I
think
are
middle
obsessed.
sister
It's kind of
sisters
like-
fits you very well.
It's kind of like every American Italian loves that they're Italian.
Yes.
We just have this thing.
It's
Well,
a
and
weird
I
thing.
love that, like other girls that have the same birth order too, like friends. I'm like, oh, you
I'm like,
get
ooh,
me.
you, but you're dangerous. Okay,
You
so
guys
next
are
one.
wild.
Next one is younger sister of sisters, older sister of brothers. So you got older sisters.
I relate to this a lot.
younger
Amy.
brothers.
This is Amy.
Amy and Danny.
Think Bella Hadid.
Oh yeah,
She is
you're a
the
lot like this, too.
personification of this. You have Earth Goddess, but then you also are like, I'm a little sister, tap dance around the room.
I forgot to mention, okay, not all girls with older sisters are the girliest person you've ever met, but if there's someone who's the girliest person you ever met, they may have an older sister.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Most likely.
I just know
They
that
have
that's true thing.
they have the like
Oh,
aggression
and if you know a
of
girl who
having,
drives a truck, she probably has younger sisters.
yeah.
Probably.
That was
I
me.
think
Or younger brothers, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Just the
she may
firstborn.
have a younger sister.
there's just this different kind of aggression of having a younger brother than like having a younger sister. That's just, it's a different vibe. It's a little more smothering. It's a little more like I own the world. Not I run the world, but I own the world.
It's like I don't have to control you with aggression. I'm just gonna control you.
and like I'm bigger than you. I'm better than you.
And you know what?
I don't have to yell at you to do what I say, but you're gonna do what I say.
Yeah, it's me and Danny, and it's also coupled with the hyper competitiveness of being a younger sister.
But that
It's it's a wild ride.
having that older sister takes the edge off of you having that younger brother.
Yeah,
I've
it's
noticed
like-
I
It
get along
does.
with them a lot better than girls who just have that younger
You're
brother.
a girl's girl. You're a guy's girl. You just love people.
You have it all.
You got it. You truly
No,
have it.
I
you're
like people.
Bella Hadid.
I get along with this one.
I feel like this is a fun girl.
Yeah.
She's a fun
Love
girl.
fun gal. Okay, we're so close.
Thank
Here we go.
you.
Younger brother of sisters. So he's got an older sister. Older brother of brothers.
I like these.
I love him. This guy, I want to kill him.
I love him.
I want
It's
to
like
kill him.
Hyper oldest child man syndrome.
Wait. This was the one that I always liked, but can never quite get.
I
It was
want to
like-
kill him.
No, this one, I'm thinking of a very specific person from our childhood that you guys all know.
I can think of several
They're
rats.
the most.
Guys, let's be nice.
I feel like they're the most like will like poke fun at you, but
Yes.
not get when they're going too far, and you're like, bro.
most
But then they're like,
kind of
ha
evil.
ha.
they
And
have
you're
like
they say it with glee.
they
The
have
ones that I can think
No,
of.
they have a sweet side.
They
But
have
an
the
evil
like,
side.
I'm the older brother of the brother who runs this world of males. I'm also the best person to ever
I'm
exist
adored.
Yeah, I'm the
because I'm
golden
adored.
boy.
Yeah.
It's just kind of how it is.
Okay, I would say I like
ego.
them, but I more hate them than I like them, and it's a lot of both. So I like them a lot, but I hate
Maybe
them
you just
more.
don't get along with them.
I think a lot of people find them charming.
No offense
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have these.
Yeah,
We're
they're
not
very
trying to be
charming.
mean.
They're very
I
charming.
I think they are. I
They're very
hear
charming.
They are kind of our male counterpoint as well. Is
They
the
are.
thing, which is
Yeah,
annoying.
maybe that's why we
They
hate
That's
are.
why I hate them.
They literally are.
I'll be like, wow, we are so similar,
I
but I
feel
want
like
you to
my
die.
personality type gets along with them well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any issues, but I see the rat side. I see it.
Our
Because
laugh-
other people activate the rat side.
They're pretty. They got a lot going
No,
on.
like types, I'm saying.
I'm sure there's
other people.
I'm sure there's one nice
It's like,
one.
I feel like it's like chemistry. Like
Yeah.
different types activate different sides in other
Yes.
types.
I feel
Yes.
okay. Last one.
Last one, ladies. We're there.
Younger brother of brothers,
older brother of sisters.
Love them.
Oh, this is a
my
fun guy.
favorite.
This is a
To
little
exist.
angel.
Guys,
Angel on earth.
Okay,
It's
one
like
at a time.
a
One at a time.
conference at right now. One at a time.
Okay, this is the best
We love
type.
this one.
This was my dream type when I was younger.
This is what you were looking for.
I was like, guys, I just need a younger brother of brothers, older brother of
why you
sisters.
thought that.
It was like the unicorn. And I didn't end up marrying anything close to
No.
that. But there was a couple guys I liked. They never liked me back.
Yeah.
They were always
okay.
a little out of reach, but they would talk to me and kind of flirt a little,
Wait,
but
do you
then
like this one
they didn't
too?
actually do anything about it.
Because
too. I
it's
like this one
like they
too.
have the older brother sisters like caring, understanding, but then having the older brother takes the edge off and makes them
Yeah.
like extra
Oh my
observant.
gosh, they're the
so
most
they'll chase
observant.
you.
They're so
They're
observant.
wild.
It's
I love
amazing. I have to
that's
say
true.
that.
It's
Love
like
to death.
they're laid back, but also like caring.
Wait, I have to say about the observant thing. Wait, guys.
William is smirking in the corner because that's what he is.
Guys, I have to say the observant thing.
Scares
I've
you?
noticed
Sometimes it scares me.
creepy.
Okay, I've noticed that I love that thing. It's like a kryptonite thing,
Being
but also
observed.
I also can't. Like it's amazing, but I'm also like
It scares
"Ooh,
me
that's a lot."
because
Because you
love
don't even
it.
like to
No,
look
I love
inward fully. So you're like, stop looking inward
I love
at
it.
me.
I've definitely been like close with guys who had that thing, and then at some point I'm like,
Love to be
I
observed.
can't. Look at it
I
anymore.
think I always loved it, but I realized it wasn't for me.
I
Yeah.
cannot deal with the older brother sisters looking into your soul.
they see in your soul.
out.
It's like
that ain't it for me. I
It
realize.
ain't my
That
vibe.
ain't it.
Like the pure older brothers. Oh,
no, I love that, but then
it
it's like
scares me.
It's
I'm
hard
like,
to
get away.
explain.
Yeah, I'm like,
But
I'll
yeah,
look into my own soul.
I think when you're
and I'll
more
come back
like
with a progress
the
report.
forgotten one, then you like to be observed more.
No,
Not me.
listen.
I
I
can't have
absolutely
it.
love it, but then I want to run away at the same
or
time.
you're
Yeah.
forgotten
More
and you
of a
don't want to
psychological
be.
problem than a
You want to stay
disorder.
forgotten.
Yeah, probably just mental illness.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that
We
is
have a
all
lot
of
of
them.
strong associations with these types.
This is
Wow.
our record longest podcast
Oh my
we've ever
gosh.
done.
Okay, we made it through that. We're gonna run into.
I'm gonna have a great time
Sister,
watching.
We
this
are doing
entire thing
a
back.
part 2 of this topic.
So we're coming back with the next episode, and we're gonna talk about dating
Ooh,
when it
girl,
comes-
watch out now.
to all these, which is what we've really been holding in.
We've been
with
dying
every
to
type.
talk
We've been holding
about
this
it.
in.
But we haven't even fully
This one
held
will
it
be
in.
Patreon only, but this
Well,
next
half
one,
of it.
half of it will be on our Patreon. So you want the whole thing, go to our Patreon for $5 a month, and you will see
Spilling
the whole
our
thing
dating
next week.
history.
Let me
Go.
tell you, it's juicy.
It
we have
is
some
juicy.
great things. For this one.
But
Okay,
you'll have some on YouTube, so you'll get a taste.
let's go to Sister Spotlight.
Right
Just
there,
skip to who it
ladies.
is. It's
Okay, Sister this week is Lisa.
Hey, all right. This is a quick story. First of all, I saw a relatable video, where it's literally the point is to be relatable. And I was like, oh my gosh, does everyone else do that? So first of all, I asked Chad, my husband, and he said no. So I have to ask you guys, did you do the bathroom talk show?
No.
Where you're on a talk show in the shower.
In the
Yes.
shower, on the toilet, washing your hands,
I
whatever.
did it in my bed
In the
at
shower.
night with a brush.
Okay.
I have a memory of me being like
it could be
6.
in your mind or out loud.
Both.
Yes,
yeah.
I've done it.
I did. Yes. Okay. Basically, the concept is. You do it too? Okay. Why does Chad never do this? He's literally been on talk shows. How do you do it without
Because he doesn't
dreaming
have
of
to
it?
imagine it.
But
He
no,
already
but it's
did
like
it.
you dream of it first and then you do it. I don't know. Look, he was like, "What?" I was like, "This is such a thing. It is a thing, right?"
is a thing.
Yes.
So basically, you'll be like cleaning, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, whatever. You're in your bathroom or even your bedroom or your car. Anywhere for me, really,
Yeah.
on a walk. And you just are imagining that someone is interviewing you. I don't know what this means psychologically. It seems like unexpressed thoughts that you really want to get out.
It's like fantasizing that someone cares about you.
Well, no, like I have these great things to say. Yeah, it's like
hear what you have to say?
fantasizing about all these people just dying to hear
Yes.
about. And it's never like, oh, sometimes it's like your life story, but other times it's like weird stuff. So for me,
It could be anything.
it would
right?
be like my method of cleaning mold out of the shower.
my God.
Like everyone wants to hear
So
about that.
funny.
Honestly, I'd like to hear it.
I don't know why. In my mind, I would be like, oh, if I could just tell people this on a nighttime talk show, everyone would be like,
Wow.
wow.
I would.
So this was just, I don't know why this was the most like, what's the word? Vivid memory of my bathroom talk show. It was our second childhood home. So I must have been like 13. I don't know. Not that old. Okay. Give me some grace. And I was doing my bathroom talk show. And
Love
this
it.
is the topic that I remember thinking like,
no.
wow, if people just knew how brilliant I am. I'm a child, all right?
Oh my god.
They would just fall
Love it.
over like be
I
shocked.
love it.
It was blowing your nose. What? Okay.
What?
You know, there's like Kleenex in the bathroom a lot of the time. And I don't know why I thought it was so inconvenient to like put a Kleenex in the trash. Oh, 'cause it's like, what? You're already on the toilet. That's why. I thought I invented a new thing. Blowing your nose with toilet paper. It's like I'm explaining to an audience in my mind, like, It's so convenient because you just flush it down with everything else. You can also use it to wipe the seat. If you peed on it, it just goes right down. You never have to put anything in the trash. Toilet paper for everything. I don't know why.
Wait, you blow your nose and then you wipe the seat?
No. It's separate pieces. But it's like, I don't know why I thought I invented something. I was like, wow, I could change the world. If I would just tell people about this efficient, brilliant concept.
That is too.
I could change
That's
the
interesting.
world.
Wow.
That's intriguing.
And to me, the bathroom talk show concept is specifically talking about things that you kind of know are really dumb, but you also really think they're so brilliant.
That is so funny.
Wild.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not really what my topics were. Mine were more like interesting.
Oh, like what?
Like my life story.
I feel like I might have done it if I could think back in
Okay,
the archives.
yeah, I've done this, but I'm more...
I also did a sink cleaning tutorial.
Oh, I
In the
get it.
bathroom.
I love that.
I can't. That's so
Mine was
funny.
more like practical, like, oh, I really did like figure out a way to clean the shower. And then I would just text it to the group, though. I would text our family, be like, guys, this is a great cleaning hack. And then no one responds.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
not
not,
really.
yeah, it would go
All
out of
right.
my head and into the ether.
So that's my
guys,
show. Thanks for
not
watching.
That was amazing. Thank you for sharing.
That was
That's
a
really
wild
funny.
ride. I can't wait to watch it all back.
Longest podcast we've done to date, right? All right.
Still has nothing on most podcasts.
And the next one is going to be very similar. Yeah, that's mommy's phone. All right, can you say bye-bye? Okay.
No.
See you guys in the next episode.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.